You get a huge rush from sports betting, so that adrenaline rush.
Sports betting or any betting can really get our gears going.
It's like a big risky feeling.
Donovan Johnson says the gratification is instantaneous and you want more and more.
It's like a sick in your stomach type of feeling because you don't know if you're going to win or lose, but if you throw up a good pick or a good parlay, then it should hit.
But this instant gratification may be taking away from another, intimacy.
A rush of endorphins, dopamine, adrenaline, all that kind of stuff without having to move, without having to expend any effort. And I can have all that excitement and all that thrill for minimal to no effort.
A Pew Research study found 63% of young men are single, the highest it's ever been. And 50% of young men have no interest in dating, not even casual sex. 30% of young men say they haven't had sex in over a year and a half and don't really seem to care.
I can understand that a little bit.
It's extremely dangerous.
Gambling, like some people have addiction to it, and it's becoming the new obsession as like more and more states are making it legal to gamble, and it's like you don't even have to go to the casino anymore. You have several apps out here that you can just put on your phone, make a couple picks and throw your money away. I'm the advocate for more financial topics on this network. So I brought this up because I know people our age, we're in our 30s, but people our age do it, but that we might be a little more established in life, got some more streams of income going, and we know how to control ourselves. But these young men, as far as the young man, he was describing gambling like he was going raw daddy or something, you know what I'm saying? Like that shit was weird to me. But
amazing.
Yeah. Gambling is not anything I ever liked, right? Quick anecdote. Y'all know I like to give anecdotes. The first time I ever gambled, right, I was in the 6th grade, and it's the NBA Finals. Iverson versus the Lakers, right?
God almighty.
So,
it was crazy. That was a crazy era right there.
Yeah, but as you know, I know the sports facts too, but as you know, Allen Iverson was the thing. He was the it dude. He was changing the game, changing the culture, and he was leading the 76ers on a improbable path to the finals, right? Mm-hmm. And they got to the finals, and I know all these kids in school with me, in class with me, are 76er fans, Allen Iverson heads. Everybody got the cornrows and shit, baggy jeans, whatnot.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm a basketball guy. I'm like, yo, the Lakers go slaughter them. They all they got is AI. Who the fuck will fuck with Kobe and Shaq? So I bet these 3 or 4 dudes that I bet them $5 each. I ain't had no money. I bet them $5 each that the Lakers were going to sweep the Sixers. And as we all know, it was a gentleman's sweep, but the Sixers got that first game. So I had to pay these dudes. The next day, and I ain't had the money. And I was sweating. I got jammed up in my locker. I ain't gonna lie. I was trying to get my books and shit at homeroom. Coming out of homeroom, they jammed me up at the locker room. At the locker, and I just told them, yo, I'll get y'all money tomorrow. My bad, I just forgot, and I had to tell my mom some bullshit excuse about how I need to bring $20 for a field trip or some supplies, some shit I made up. And I said I needed all 5, so mom, I needed can you get some change on that 20? It was suspect as hell the way I finessed that, but.
You're a victim.
Here we go, CSI.
And I was still green then, and I ain't know none of these dudes. I went to school in the West End, so this was back when West Mob was the thing. I'm like, I don't want no problems. I was what's up, Stanley? I'm like,
yeah,
go back in the house.
You was in North Side, South Side. Where were you at?
I went to school in the West End, even though I was from North Side.
Right.
I was from North Side, but I was going to school at Benford. So yeah, I ain't want no problems with these dudes, and I told myself from there, I'm like, I'm not a gambling guy, because every time I gamble, I'm a lose. So I learned from an early age, and every time I have gambled, not just with money or anything, gamble with your with anything, taking risk out here. You taking uneducated risk, taking blind risk, taking just going sporadically. That's not the way to live.
Not at all.
Far as finances though, as far as these young men. it's amazing how things affect the brain according to this article we just looked at. Like, I didn't know gambling. I mean, it makes sense. Gambling gives you adrenaline rush. You're kind of nervous to see if your parlays go hit. You watching these games like attached to them. You don't like these teams. You don't like these players, and you just riding on to get that instant gratification, that quick money, that little side. It's like a side hustle to people now. Like, and they just
Yep.
there's no science to it, but people sell you that they make picks, and you can buy their subscriptions, and they'll give you picks, and almost like as if they're experts, as if they're guaranteed to hit. But it's all risky, man. And to hear that these young men are choosing gambling over sex, like, I don't love it that much. I don't love my Green Bay Packers that much. Y'all know I'm a Green Bay Packers fan. If y'all go over to CSC, I don't love basketball that much.
Yeah,
Like
man.
like outside of the Super
Yeah.
Bowl or the
It's too
NBA
close to that,
Finals
man.
Game 7, and like, if Shawty ready to take my attention, I'm gonna go handle that. I can miss a game. I could catch the highlights later. Like, it ain't that serious. Like, but priorities, right? You know, young men should not get. I don't think young men should start out gambling. Um, like I said, you're not even set in your on your financial path. You don't know what kind of career you're gonna have, what kind of business you're gonna start. I think you should have some kind of experience with money before you just start gambling for that instant gratification, that quick dopamine hit from you know making a guess based off what you think you know about sports, or based off average stats. Doing all this research only to still lose, just throw money away. Um, but that's my take on it for now. I'm gonna give it to one of y'all now.
Okay. Shoot. What do you think, Trey? I mean, they said some interesting stuff in that video. I mean, I heard about sports gambling, but I didn't notice all the percentages and the side effects of it, man. What you think?
I've been seeing this ever since sports have been become uh, in my early ages, in my single digits. When they try to drive you into sports, I'm like, what's the pull here? What's like I don't mind having fun and playing the game. I don't mind playing the sport. I love my sports. I like being physically active. I like the competition. I like the achievement, and you do. Here's the thing: people do get that climax, that feeling, that rush behind achievement, right? And this is one of the reasons we could say why a lot of people who have reached a certain level in life or finance, or like have done a certain amount of things, they get bored and want to try something different and start dibbling and dabbling into audacious types of activities. So I've seen this from an early on age, and it's obvious to me. So this is one of those things that I'm like, because I pay attention, like, not just in the workplace, like most small talk amongst men is sports. If it's not, the older gentlemen will go to weather, but most small talk and introductory, like whether or not I could actually have a conversation with you that like testing the waters, is usually sports, right?
Yeah.
We usually like, what you think about that game last night, and it'd be mind boggling to people, and I'm like, what game are you talking about? I don't even know what game. Like, you don't watch? I don't really watch it. I don't really pay attention until it's like the heated competition of a playoff, championship, Super Bowl, something like
Yeah.
that. That's when I'll start to pay attention, especially if my team is in there. Like, I have a team for basketball and football and whatnot, but again, I can't, I can't focus on it, but so much. And this is a joke, but all good jokes contain true shit. I said, why are y'all so so many men so predicated and arguing over other men?
Facts.
True.
Yeah.
But I get it though. Don't get me wrong. So when it comes to this topic, I want to expand it because it's not just the young generation that I see, it's my generation. It's particularly my generation and the generation right above that uh has like convenience is the killer, convenience is the killer to a lot of things. So now that this has become more convenient, and I tell y'all, watch, because anytime things become more and more legal and more accessible, it's because it was a money grab. They found a way. Like you used to have to go through bookies, right? You used to have to do under the table betting. You have to go through some things, and it was kind of shifty to be able to do what you can just do from your phone now. And I'm like, yo, like I'm just watching. I'm like, and when it comes to betting, because apparently I got more than I thought to say about this. When it comes to betting, I've bet, I've bet on a few things here and there, but it, gambling, as Keith said, is too much of a risk, and there can be a large reward, but I'm only I'm willing to gamble on myself. I'm willing to gamble on myself. I'm not willing to gamble on something that's unpredictable that other people are in control of, like completely. Like you said, it's not educated. It's not like it's like I'm gonna put this here and let's just see if it could happen. So I'm not willing to take too much of a gamble anyway. Even with the casinos and stuff, I go in there with a budget, a limit. I'm not trying to go past that limit, right? um and how I use that is strictly for fun. I'm not trying to come out a millionaire. If I do, cool. But I'm not trying to like. I want to win, of course, but it's more so just a entertaining activity. So have a budget, right? I see people putting their valuables up. They're putting up, they're missing their rent, mortgage payments. They're putting their rings.
Oh, hold on, they rent.
Yeah, people
Yeah.
people
Whole
are risking
houses.
it all. They're like,
Damn,
yes, you will put their house on it. You put a pink note on your car, for the. I know this will win. Like it becomes a true addiction. You look
that's
just like a
addiction, bro.
crackhead.
Dang.
You look just like a crackhead. You know what I'm saying? And like, I'm like, yo, I've seen it. I've seen it time and time again. So I really just be paying attention from the outside looking in, and if I do decide to gamble, it's usually like something that I don't mind losing.
Mhm.
And if I win, it ain't too much of a win either. It's just like, oh, that was fun, like. I ain't gonna take no L behind sports betting, and I don't think none of you guys should either.
Nah. Yeah, I'm on par with y'all, man. Yes, I ain't never been my style to bet on other people
Mm-hmm.
because I don't know their capabilities.
Mm.
I'm just getting back into sports because I'm doing, the Contrarian Sports Channel. Make sure y'all check us out. We go live twice a week. You may not know the days, but it's definitely on a Sunday. Make sure y'all subscribe. Y'all are on FMF. But I started talking, looking at more sports just because of that, because of entertainment. But before then, I used to watch football a lot, like a lot, until I got older and realized that I got bills to pay. I can't sit around and watch sports all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't never I never heard about betting like how it is now, like on these phones, and how people are. I knew betting was around, but I never thought of putting money on somebody else, because I don't know if they feel bad today. I don't know if they're gonna score a touchdown. I don't know if they're gonna score 50 points. I ain't want to put my money at risk that I was working on hours and hours on somebody else. I'm not good about that, man. I don't play by my paper stacks. That ain't my style. I don't play about the paper stacks. So me betting on people is crazy. But as far as how it's coming to such a phenomenon now, and looking at the statistics and really listening to what that lady was saying, was like that prime thing that she said about dopamine. Dopamine, men and women have it. but I think it's worse because we're men. It's a men's podcast. It's worse for a man to be attracted to that type of dopamine instead of focusing that dopamine that's stored in your body. That you should focus in on other things, achievements, and building families or doing something with your career or working out, something like that. And you're forced to use, not forced, but you're using that type of dopamine for sitting on your phone and getting excited if you win a bet, or feeling sad or mad when you lose a bet, and that dopamine is almost gone for the day. And I can imagine how I can go through as a young man when you're trying to make that type of money. You think that it's happening on these, the apps and the commercials, or your friend is doing it. You don't lose that, you don't make that money. That can probably like crush your spirit for like what, days, weeks, or something like that, fellas. And then you feel bad because you lost your money and your dopamine is gone because you don't feel like doing anything because you lost your money. I can see that. I can see how that can be, devastating. You think the world's gonna go away. You don't spend all your McDonald's money. You don't work 30 hours at McDonald's and you don't put your money to the side and lost it. So that's crucial, man. You already got the dopamine from what we talked about. What we talked about, fellas. We talked about how porn is taking away your dopamine. We
Mm-hmm.
talked about sometimes people are doing too much video games that's taking away your dopamine. Now you got the betting that's taking away your dopamine.
Shit,
What's
masturbating.
man? These fellas, man, it's what makes it sad is because these things are nothing but computers, and it's just a click away to get to all three of them. It's right here. It's a click away.
Yeah,
So it's
shit,
like I
just
saw y'all saw. I mean, it's a little bit off topic, but it's on the dopamine thing. Y'all see that you're able to get like the PS5s or PS4s, and it's handheld now.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, that's dopamine, bro. You go anywhere, you ain't gotta sit at home and play the game no more. So it's like, bro, the dopamine is just gone, man. This sport thing is getting crazy. It's getting wild. I don't know nobody personally that does all the betting. Personally that right beside me that do it all the time. So I don't know how it is for a crack fiend, dopamine killing sports better. But y'all said y'all been down, and I believe y'all. I think it's gonna be crazy in the future, man. It's gonna get worse and worse, bro. I don't know what's the future for us men, man. I don't know. We have to have a topic on that. I don't know what's the future on that on us, man. I don't know. I don't know.
That's what we're here for.
Ugh. What you say?
That's what we're here for.
Yeah, bro. That's why we giving y'all content, man. That's why the FMF is here, man. Because I know it's a lot out here, man. It's wild.
And
That's
shout out
all.
to
All I got to
BP.
say on
Shout
that.
out to BP.
Man.
We ain't
But
mean
that's
to.
what I got on it, man. What y'all got left on it?
I wanted to shout out to BP. We ain't mean to like overstand. We wanted to. Of course, we want you to join in on the live, bro. So if you have a moment, you can always chip back in.
Yeah. Yo, BP, where you at, man? We apologize. We
He
usually
said
just,
he had to
we chop
go.
it a little bit. We let you jump on in.
He said he had to go.
Oh, go.
Yeah, that
My
was about
bad, man.
8 minutes ago in the private chat. He said he had to go, but my last take on it, man, it's like everybody I know, like the guys at work, I work in a logistics company, and those guys make good money for what they do, so they know they have like they take care of all their shit, and they just have that little bit aside. They put that side bag of house money that they can play with, and that's what they bet with. And even when I know one guy I work with, he's an older gentleman, you know, he been with the company like 20, 30 years, but even when he wins big in his betting, he only keeps like a small percentage in there to bet with, and he just puts that money to the side and throw it into his 401k and other stuff that's more stable. So um, just be smart with your money, man. Don't risk more than you're willing to lose.
Mm.
If you're some people are willing to lose their whole house, their whole lifetime worth worth of payments, worth of income on gambling, just to get that win, just to get that rush. So
Mm-hmm.
it's scary out here.
That's wild. That's
Yeah,
bad.
it's getting to the point where even the players want to bet on themselves or against themselves.
Dang.
It's players getting caught up and suspended from these professional organizations because they want to bet. Um, I I just think financially it's not the smartest thing. But like I said, if you're established, if you got that set amount of monies to the side that you can, your play money, use your play money. Don't go into, your savings, your 401k, your stocks and stuff. Don't sell out of that stuff just to go gamble and make some quick money. Cause
This is
you know,
crazy that y'all
you
saying this. First Trey said about getting your rent money. Now you talk about people pulling out their 401k to bet. This is
yeah,
crazy.
this
It's
is hey,
crazy right here.
you
It's
see
wild.
this why we people on Wall Street and stuff killing themselves and all these high
But that's
earning
different. Wall
individuals.
Street is different
It's
than
gambling, bro.
sports betting. That's I
It
mean,
is.
I
It's
mean they're
It's more
both
gambling.
stable. It's more stable though. But
yeah, I mean stocks and the Wall Street. I think is a more calculated and
yeah,
more calculated type of betting. This is betting. I mean, everything is betting. You just because you got a job, you betting that it's gonna still stay there tomorrow. So it's betting. You the entrepreneur that's betting. That's more calculated. And I think stocks is more calculated. But gambling on sports, I don't think it's much calculating in that. It's just like I hope he scored 2 points on the next
Mhm.
conversion or something. It's two different type of bettings. But dang, Trey, I can't get over that. Trey said rent, and then you talk about 401k. That's crazy. There's no way I can even. I don't even know, Trey. Let me know the scenario. You all right? They say you in the bed and you come home. You tell your wife, "Hey,
They
LeBron. I know
don't
LeBron
tell
will
their
get
wife.
40. How you feel about us taking out our 401k as a married people? And I'm gonna take a little bit out, like 2,000 out of our 401k. I don't think your wife is gonna be okay with that. I personally don't think she's gonna be okay. If you called me and said that, I'm gonna be like, bro, I think you need to chill. I think you need to relax. I don't get that, bro. I don't get it.
They don't tell their wife. This is where it
Dang,
starts
that's
to
even
inflict.
worse.
This is where it starts to inflict upon the relationship, the marriage, the intimacy, as the video had quoted. Is because I see it too often, where it's like a lot of guys be like in a group and like they'll be huddled up and be like, "Yeah, bro, you got to tell that bitch get away, man. The game on." And I'm like, I, I get like having your me time,
Yeah.
but like what was it? It wasn't even the Super Bowl. I guess it was like all the games up to the Super Bowl. And it was one lady was like, I know I ain't gonna be able to talk to him for the rest of this week because of the games. Like him, like fuck the kids, fuck the family, fuck everything. I gotta watch the game. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
So yeah, you talk about affecting intimacy. Like they don't care about
Yeah.
sex when the game.
I mean,
I
but a
don't-
week. I mean, I understand. Let me watch the first half and don't talk to me. But a whole week is
yeah,
crazy. A whole
yeah.
week is crazy to me.
A whole week is crazy, but if it's like if I know my Packers coming on at 4:25 Sunday, I'm a tell my family and whatnot. Look, this is what I'm doing at this time interval Sunday. But
Yeah,
anytime around that, it's you. But you got to communicate that. You can't just be like, nah. Like, and I mean, if you have those conversations with your significant other, and she'll notice that about you. She'll notice who
Mhm.
your sports teams are. It'll get on her damn nerves, just like it probably get on your nerves that she watch, you know, Housewives of Atlanta and shit. But that's your
yeah,
thing. That's what you do. So she'll
Yeah,
she'll adjust to it, and she'll be ready when you done with the game. Hopefully.
hopefully.
Yeah, I
So
just I want to tell the men out here, there will never be a scenario. I don't care how rich you are. I don't care how much money you have. It will always be a lot quicker to lose money, spend money, throw money away than to make it. Like there are people making fast money and making good money out here, but I guarantee you can blow $1 million faster than you can make it. So
yeah,
just always keep that in mind.